Hello then, gang. Today, we have our final game of the season. We've progressed for everybody's sake. Hello then, gang. Welcome back to Boston Boys with me, Benji FM. We played Portsmouth at home in our final game of the season. And, well, you might recognise this, viewers. This is the system that I've been deploying for the last few games. Basically since we last met. I said I was going to change the system. I said we'll have a radical overhaul. What I actually did was go back to the Boston Boys Anchorman formation that you can find on the Steam Workshop. I looked at the team. I basically said at the end of yesterday's episode, why aren't we playing Chris Stevens? Why is Johansson not featuring more? And, we need to go back to one up front. And that is, by and large, what we did. And the results of which, it's annoying me a little bit. It means literally nothing. The league table, I'll say one game to go, we're 11th. It won't surprise you then to know that we can't finish inside of the playoffs. 74 points is unachievable. We can, though, however, stop Portsmouth getting in the playoffs and give Peterborough a chance to do just that. So there's something to play for, if not for us, but for them. 65 points. We can finish on 68. So there's a slim potential we can finish maybe 9th rather than 11th, which doesn't necessarily make the season look all too bad. We can, of course, finish as low as 12th. It's going to be a top-half finish after the successes of last season. I do consider last season a bit of a success. It's a little bit disappointing. 5th place last year, 79 points. We're not going to be anywhere close to 79 this year. Not ideal. It would have got us into the playoffs again this season, bear in mind too. And you can see there, Millwall, Walsall and Norwich. Now, I want to notice there that Walsall and Norwich both on 84 points. Let me draw your eyes back to this. Walsall, a 2-1 win. Norwich, a 2-2 draw, in which we were leading 2-0 and then threw it away. A late Marky Fletcher goal, 93rd minute. You're damn right I played the jingle. And yeah, results have been really good. A defeat to Wigan in there because I don't really know how that happened, to be honest. And a couple of draws, Exeter, as I say, Norwich, Forest Green more recently, and lots of 1-0s. We've returned to the form of last season, really, and our back end of the year. I said if it started to go better than it did last year, we might have a chance at the playoffs. But the reality is, viewers, too little, too late. At the end of this episode, we're going to run through the squad and take a look at who's going to be leaving in the summer, as well as positions we might need to strengthen. But before we get to that, let's run you through the team for today's game against Portsmouth. We need to make a couple of changes as injuries are affecting things. Now, Marky Fletcher is going to come in and play. A lot of people don't think I should play a deep lying forward. Maybe within a 2, you didn't think I should play a deep lying forward. I quite like the deep lying forwards. Do you know what? I'm actually going to play Geltart in there instead, and then Marky Fletcher maybe off the bench as Bigley Manor comes into the centre. The one surprising aspect to this team, I've no doubt you've noticed it, is that Arturo Vidal, is at centre back. Reasons for this: we played him there against Forest Green, and he had a 7.2 and played really well. We also have a lack of options at centre back today, and that is the real reason he's playing there. We currently don't have. I mean, we could play Jason McCarthy there, but I don't really want to do that. Conroy's injured. Raggett has been struggling as well for fitness. So yeah, as I say, then welcome Arturo Vidal as our new centre back in his final game for the club as well. It must be noted. The rest of the side then: France, Nelson, Vidal setting at the back, Pozzo just in front, Hansen and Wardle in the centre. James Wardle's a really interesting player. I'm not sure if he's good yet. It's really strange. Alabusi one side, Stevens the other. I've not said that for a while in a video. And Geltart to play up front through the middle. I just quite like the deep line forward role. I think it brings our strikers in far more. Sorry, our wingers in far more. So we're going to do that again today. Let's see then. Can we do the business against a good Portsmouth side? That is to be noted. I'm having flashbacks to recent episodes. I don't remember the last time you saw me win in an episode. So hopefully this is going to be it. I could have done two games today and we would have beaten Forest Green, but it's not the life I lead. And hopefully this gives us a good platform, good end of season form to take into next season with the players that I definitely want to remain at the club. How happy has that that's the best team talk I've done all season. That is remarkably good. Okay then, let's get things underway. Of course, Portsmouth, there's something to play for it. Portsmouth need to win this game to guarantee themselves a place in the top 6 and to get into those playoffs. But Wardle plays a beautiful ball to Stevens, and we're in on goal already. Stevens goes for it. Krill, or was it Nil even, I think it might be. Thought it was an R at an N. And it makes the save. But good early signs from us. A minute in, and we're putting on the pressure as the home side. There's no pressure on us, really. As I say, we can finish as high as maybe 9th or 8th if things go dramatic. But yeah, so far so good. Another highlight very early on. And in recent times, viewers, I've become accustomed to watching us play good football. So we might have a good performance today. If in doubt, go back to an old system that worked perfectly and question why you ever picked to use a diamond in the first place. Oh, you can imagine, can't you, as I was winning the games, it was like, why did I choose a diamond when we're capable of this? Like, so stupid. 18th of the season for Geltart. Great goal from him. Deep lying forward, still got the pace to get him behind the back line. Seddon launches one over the top, and look at the pace of Geltart here. Defensively, a bit shambolic, it's got to be said. But what a finish that is from the edge of the box, into the bottom corner, and we lead 1-0. And the Boston boys our Boston back. We're going to go with every highlight here just to see what we're capable of as Alabusu racing through. We've seen him do this many times, not for a little while though. Him and Stevens combine nicely. Stevens goes for goal and Neil makes the save. This will put us on 68 points. We'll stay in 10th position, but very, very closely contested with a lot of those other mid-table sides. And that is what we are this year. We are a mid-table side. Hopefully next year though, the playoffs will be not too far away. After the back end of the season, my spirits have lifted quite a lot. Corner, Portsmouth to take it. Douglas whips it in. They're there. And Velios, I think that was, heads over. At this stage, by the way, Portsmouth in 7th. No, they've got to do something to get back into those playoff positions. Right now, Peterborough have the better of them as Velios goes through again. Burton with a good save, denying Pompey that playoff position. I've never... Usually, like, the end of games for me are very tense. If we lose this, we've lost to a team in the playoffs. If we win it, we're denying a team a playoff position. This is fun. I don't want to do this all the time. I'd rather just be in the playoffs and have the stress of it. But yeah, there's something quite relaxing about this. Hopefully the boys are enjoying it too. I'm going to shout at them too. I'm going to praise them. Good performance so far. Fired up by the feedback. Seddon's overwhelmed because of course he is. He got an assist and now he doesn't know what to do with himself. I've got nothing against Portsmouth, by the way, just to be clear. Nothing against them whatsoever. They've got the 3rd best goal difference in the league. And so far, we are keeping a clean sheet. 63% possession, 5 shots of the 6 on target, and we look dangerous. I'm pleased with how things are going. Keep it up. Lovely team talk. Why couldn't we have done this 3 months ago? That's all I'm thinking. Why didn't I switch to this 3 months ago when it was going really badly? And then we had a little resurgence with the Diamond, and I thought, yes, the Diamond works. And then it just 3 defeats in a row, and I thought, no, it's not working. It's a disaster. And now here we are. Look, it's going well. 8,800 people are here for the game as well. It's a big crowd. And we're 9th. I thought it would be more likely to be 19th come the end of the season. There's a little bit of play from us in the centre. It's so nice to watch us play nice football. Alabusu on that right side finds Rob France. Ball into the middle. Geldhart's there. Cleared away. Dempsey as far as Johansson. Maybe we're going to see Johansson and Wardle be slightly better players within this system. They'll both be here next year. They're 2 players that certainly won't be leaving. As look at us there. Geldhart goes for goal. That has gone in. What the Dickens has gone on? What a finish! On his left foot, of course, strikers next year, a bit of an issue because we've got quite a few of them on loan. 3, in fact. As Pozzo finds Wardle. Does the keeper mess this up or is it just an amazing strike? Geldhart with the strike. It's an amazing strike. Off the bar, off the back of the keeper's legs. And then in it goes. I was going to say shins. That's the front part of the leg, not the back. I'm learning, Anatomy is one of my strongest points. That PEA level's coming into the fore now. Oh my goodness me, Seddon, another assist for him, and Curtis Nelson from the back makes it 3-0, and we are burying them. What a great comment, which I should have just left it, and then you could have worked it out if you'd have got it. But because Bury did this to us, we're burying them, and we're doing a bury that Bury did to us, to Portsmouth. We're burying them, but it also means, as in, we're burying. 5 minutes to go. Wardle, he's on it. I mean, is there a 4th in this? Surely not. Johansson now finds it in a bit of spot. What is that? I mean, it's too late though, isn't it? It's too late. If I knew we were capable of this, I wouldn't have messed about with a diamond. Oh, Wardle, he's running through it. Look, he can't get near him, by the way, to Stevens. He finds the space. Johansson's in it. And what a strike that is from the edge of the box. Beautiful. Beautiful goal from Sindri Johansson. Or Johansson. One of those. Either or. There's another highlight. Portsmouth, mate. You are not... They're 6th still. Peterborough have messed it up. I will say if they score 4 from here... No, they're not doing it. Burton, so good. 3 teams as well. That battle for the playoffs. Walsall and Norwich have both gone to 3rd and 4th. And Bolton have snuck in there as the 2nd team to be promoted, which means, disappointingly, Norwich and Walsall, one of them will still be definitely, or both of them potentially, in this division. As Geldhart goes through again for the hat-trick. Oh, it falls to Alabusu. It's 4-0, 5-0. I forget. There's so many goals I've forgotten. How? It's amazing. It's amazing. This is impossible. It feels like this was impossible. Geldhart goes through. I assume he gets tackled, does he? I mean, no. It deflects to Alabusu from sort of a slide challenge or block or whatever. And Alabusu's 5th goal of the season. Not as impressive a season for him this year. Of course, he's not featured so much. But look at the performances. I've not made a change. I've literally not made a change. I've just sat here and enjoyed everything. Vidal at centre-back is a masterstroke. Why have I been playing midfield, playing further back? I did say that before. Portsmouth, it's over. You're still 6th. I mean, it's gone all right for you, weirdly. Boston 5, Portsmouth 0. Who saw that coming? I did not. No way. Not a chance. Not a Scooby. Not a sausage. There was no way this was possible. But it was possible. It's been done. And we are fantastic. Well done. everyone. It's the best result of the day by a distance. We finished 10th in the league. It's not perfect, it's not brilliant, but it'll do. And yeah, after the year we've had, we'll take that all day, every day. Praise his performance, not bad at all. Do I try and get him back this year? I mean, he has done quite well for me in terms of goals. Do we try and get him again? Does Southampton really need him? I'm not sure. It's tricky. I think, actually, if I'm going to get any of the lone strikers back, Alisson is the one I would really like. Allinson is the one I would really like from Leicester. I'm going to make a quick offer for him, actually. Will they let me have him? They're going to let me have him for another year. He could be the star of next year. I really do think that. Came in at this period, 8 goals in 18. As a lone striker through the middle, he could be an absolute handful. Attribute-wise, I think he's absolutely fantastic, by the way. Only, like, dribbling, I wish was a little better, but I don't know, and that deep line forward role as well that we're now playing could be perfect. Right, I did mention at the top of the episode we'd be talking a little bit about the players that are set to leave. Of course, if they've got 25 at the end of their name, which is the players from there, of course the loans are included in that, but it's the list above that really, of players that are going to be leaving, or likely leaving. Ospina seems certain to leave. Nelson as well. Pozzo rejected the deal in Spain, so he's actually not left yet. Alabusu is a player, like, he's an interesting player that we really have to think about whether we want to keep or not. He's done an okay year. If we're going to go back to this system, do we want him in the side? Contract-wise, what does he want? He wants less money than previously, so if we can even get it a little bit less than that for a year, that seems like an obvious move for us. Callum Burton, a lot of people suggesting we need a new goalkeeper. I think sometimes we overlook how good he is for the division. I do think he's very solid. 12 clean sheets in a year that we've played really quite poorly. I might offer him a new contract, so we'll see what he wants as well. He wants slightly more money, but I think even as a backup option going into next year, it's good to have a goalkeeper tied down at the very least. Sean Raggett's an interesting one. Good defender. Hasn't been sensational for me, and on 5k a week at 31... I think I'm going to let him go. It's going to be a big chunk of the wage budget that will become available. Like, he's on a lot more than most of the players in this side. In fact, he might be our biggest earner, he is. So I think it makes sense for him to move. The chances are I'll try and move Dobra on as well. As we go through a couple of the other guys here, Cantrell, Seddon, 2 left-backs. One of them will probably stay, one of them will go. I'm more inclined to keep Steve Seddon, as I think he's slightly better well-rounded. He's not amazing again, but a first-choice left-back with him as the backup, not a problem for me. And Vidal's going to leave. He's retiring. What a journey Arturo Vidal's had with us this season. Joe Allen, though, still got a year left, so not gone yet, viewers. So there we are then. I think we've gone through a little bit there. Enough to know what's going on. I try and bring in a few good loan players as well. Rob France maybe to return. We'll see what happens with him and Crystal Palace throughout the summer. And there will be some sort of transfer video coming to you tomorrow, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. If you've enjoyed today's video, please do drop a like on it. I think that's going to bring us to the end. In fact, shall we go forward and... No, let's not. Stop. No. Let's see who our player of the year is and things like that. Oh, I'm interested to see who gets the vote. I'm actually really interested to see who gets the vote. It's worth noting as well, viewers, that in recent times I did sign a new contract. So the Boston board loving me, absolutely loving me. The budget's for next year, £85,000 a week with 244 to spend, loans, free transfers. That's going to be the ticket. I think that's partially why. Don't sign Arturo Vidal, viewers. That's the lesson we've all learnt there. That's not the smartest move. I just thought, let's see if these new owners have got a bit of money to splash. But I say new owners, they've been here for ages. Do they want to bail us out with a little bit of a cash injection? We'll set up some friendlies to try and balance those books a little bit before we go into the next season. Of course, if a golden oldie appears in the search and I feel like he's worth getting in, we will do. Joe Allen's out for 4 weeks. I've just got a thing about signing retro players that have got names that everyone knows, and it makes me excited. Grant Allison, the first bit of absolutely fantastic business next year, will be here again. Allison back in the side then, will be with us. I've got to say, that is really good news. For a full season as well, him and Marky Fletcher, and we'll try and bring one more in as well, could be just the ticket up front, especially if we avoid the diamond, viewers. I think that's a key aspect of all of this as we continue forward. We're paying him £240 a week, by the way. What a signing that is. Again, getting a few of these players off the wage bill, he really is a counter to all of that. That's really obvious. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm stalling for time because we're chatting about the team, but I just want to find out the players. I don't know if we have to wait for the end of the playoffs before we get the information on that. I guess a few teams here might be playing playoffs. There's fixtures going on. The playoffs are going. I'll be back in a moment. Vidal has completed his intense language course, everyone. Oh, good. So I send him on a further course. I don't know. I don't know if it was worth it. If I could try and talk him out of retirement so he can play centre-back next year, that's the only positive I can see. Burton's committed his future. Alabiusu did as well a few moments ago. So 2 players that have been here for a while continue to be Boston boys. You'd love to see it. Okay then, loads of information finally comes through. 14th of May, that was the date we were waiting for. Players inducted into the overall best 11. Rob France has gone in it. Raggett and Geldhart have also found themselves in it. Is that the overall best 11 of all time? So Geldhart has gone in there ahead of Marky Fletcher. What? That can't be right. He's ousted Marky Fletcher. There's no... What? He's on the bench. But that's... I mean... Come on, that's out of order. I'm not happy about that at all. It's a good job he's not here next year. Fletcher's got a chance to wrestle that back. Right, Boston boys, 11 where they are. I'm not too interested in that for now. Fans play the year. Alabiusu gets it. Wow, Seddon second, Geldhart third. Steve Seddon got goal of the season. It was a cross that went in, so great finish. James Wardle, 200k from Tranmere, looked like a really good bit of business. Didn't necessarily play him where he wanted to, but did a pretty good job. And the review overall, not a great year for us. I mean, that graph there kind of sums it up, doesn't it? Very much mid-table for a long period of time after starting superbly well and it completely crumbling. Sometimes that happens though, viewers, you know. Sometimes that happens. Right, next season, plans for it. I'm going to say the playoffs, 100%. No doubt about it. They like that a lot. And that is what we're going to aim towards next year. Hopefully, we can do just that. And that then finally is going to bring us to the end. If you've enjoyed it, again, please do leave a like, and I'll see you again tomorrow for some transfer conversation. We love with care from Inspiration until next time. Goodbye. Waving again. It's a lovely little wave.